Postal Service issues the World War II Medal of Honor Forever stamps on Veterans Day in Washington, D.C. More than 16 million Americans served in the armed forces during World War II. 464 were singled out to receive the Medal of Honor. Of that, nearly half died due to their heroic actions to receive the award after their death. 8 are alive today. The Postal Service is issuing the stamps depicting the Medals of Honor and also including photographs of the living recipients on the stamp sheet as an appropriate way to recognize the living, as well as paying tribute to all 464 recipients whose names are included in the World War II Medal of Honor Forever Stamp Prestige Folio. And now let's look at some of the faces and hear the tales of these World War II veterans.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the National World War II Memorial. It's a beautiful day in Washington, D.C. We're so glad to have everyone here today. My name is Jim Fisher. I'm the Director of Events for the National World War II Memorial. And on this Veterans Day, we want to thank and honor all veterans, especially our World War II veterans.
70 years ago, in the midst of two great wars on opposite sides of the globe, 9 million servicemen were on active duty. That number swelled to over 12 million by the war's end in 1945. Millions more worked in America's farm fields and factories, toiling with the conviction that each bushel of wheat, each rivet fastened, would help their uniformed servicemen to win the war, to end tyranny, and to restore freedom and democracy around the world. Through courage, determination, and selflessness, they succeeded in that mission. And when they came home from the war, our veterans' work was not done. Our veterans improved their education with the GI Bill of Rights, and they built our nation into a land of prosperity and security. Because you see, winning the war was only the beginning. Building a better America is their lasting legacy. This memorial of stone and bronze is an enduring reminder of our World War II veterans' service and sacrifice. This memorial of stone and bronze brings people together to honor our veterans and to reflect on their legacy. This memorial of stone and bronze has the power to rekindle the flame of affection in our hearts for all who served, who answered the call of duty, and defended our nation in one of our darkest hours.
It is now my honor to introduce the chairman of the board for Friends of the National World War II Memorial, Lieutenant General Mick Kicklighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to honor and to remember the men and women who've served and sacrificed to keep this great nation strong and free. And at this very special memorial, we especially remember the 16 million Americans who served during World War II and all those who served on the home front. We want to honor our World War II veterans who fought the most destructive war in history. More than 60 million people lost their lives in that war, mostly men and women and children and the elderly who got run over. They not only fought that war against great odds, but they won that war, and they not only saved this nation, but they literally saved the world. We also remember those who served on the home front. Never has our nation been so united as we were in that war. And we especially remember the 400,000 Americans who never came home. They gave all their tomorrows. And when you're only 18 or 19 years old, all your tomorrows is a very high price to pay. But they paid that price so that we could live in this strong, free, and beautiful America that we're proud to come home. The board and staff of the National World War II Memorial is privileged to continue to work very hard to ensure the legacy, the lessons, and the sacrifice of the World War II generation is never forgotten. It's also a great pride to work alongside of the Postal Service, who does such an outstanding job in taking care of this magnificent memorial. We're also proud to partner with the National Park Service and the Department of Defense to co-host special commemorative events like this one today. Again, thank you for coming and honoring and remembering the veterans for their service, valor, and sacrifice that have kept this nation free throughout our history. And also I'd like to give a very special thanks and remembrance to the men and women who are serving in our armed forces today, who are coming off the battlefields in Iraq and Afghanistan. What a magnificent job they have done and still do, and they're all volunteers. God bless all of our veterans, especially our World War II veterans. God bless the men and women who are serving on our battlefields, and God bless America. Thank you so much for being here.
This memorial is a place to honor heroes. It's where we come to pay tribute to veterans who have sacrificed so much to defend our country and the freedoms that we cherish. The Postal Service also has a role in honoring American heroes, and that's through stamps. Many stamps tell the story of people who have shaped our history and defined our heritage. Today, we're dedicating stamps that salute recipients of the Medal of Honor, our nation's most prestigious military decoration. It's awarded by the President to service members who go above and beyond the call of duty. This is an award like no other. Of the 16 million Americans who served our country in World War II, only 464 received the Medal of Honor, and more than half were awarded posthumously to men who were killed in action. During World War II, there were two versions of the Medal of Honor, one for the Army and one for the Navy. And today, we are dedicating two stamps, one that features a picture of the Army medal and one that shows the Navy's version. When we announced these stamps last year, we wanted to do something special. We decided that the stamps should come with a list of all 464 Medal of Honor winners from World War II, along with the images of the 12 living recipients. Sadly, we've lost 4 of these men, including Senator Daniel Inouye, who died last December. I had the good fortune to know the senator, whose story is remarkable. In April 1945, while attacking the enemy in Italy, 2nd Lieutenant Inouye destroyed 2 machine gun encampments with hand grenades. His right arm was shattered, but Lieutenant Inouye refused evacuation. He continued to direct his platoon until the enemy was defeated. We remember Senator Inouye and other Medal of Honor recipients who are not with us today. Their pictures remain as part of the stamp folio, along with the images of 2 recipients who are honoring us today with their presence. The first is Wilburn Ross. Let me tell you a little bit about his story. In October 1944, after Private Ross's company had lost all but 3 men while fighting the enemy in France, he positioned his machine gun in front of the enemy and began to absorb their attack. During more than 5 hours of combat, Private Ross killed or wounded 58 enemy soldiers and saved the rest of his company. The other Medal of Honor recipient here today is George Ciccato, who also happens to be a retired member of the Postal Service. In 1944, October, Private Ciccato's unit was pinned down by heavy enemy fire in France. He launched a one-man rush that inspired the platoon to charge and destroy the enemy. The result, Private Ciccato killed 12, wounded 2, and personally captured for enemy soldiers. Thank you for being here. And by the way, you can learn a lot more about Mr. Ross and Mr. Cicado and the other World War II Medal of Honor recipients by visiting the medal's official website. In that spirit, I also wanted to take the opportunity to point out another World War II vet and Postal Service retiree who is here today, Anthony Gizzi. Thank you for being here today. Indeed, our challenge as a nation is to never forget the sacrifices of all the men who made on our behalf. And that's why we have Veterans Day, memorials, and events like this one. My postal colleagues and I hope these new Medal of Honor stamps will give everyone more ways to preserve our veteran stories for future generations. So please use these stamps. Send them around the country and around the world. Let them serve as small reminders of the giant sacrifices made by the men that you see here today, the heroes of World War II. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite Mrs. Inouye and all of our other honored guests to join me over on the side over here for the unveiling of the Medal of Honor stamp. Thank you.
The veterans we honor today did not serve, did not fight and die, so their grandchildren could grow up in a country of less. They gave to us a larger and a stronger country, a country of more, a country of more opportunity, more freedom, more justice. A country that we now have the ability to pass on to our own grandchildren if we choose, even stronger and better than they gave her to us. For the country they carried in their hearts was no small or fading thing. The future they created was far larger than themselves or even their own generation. The love they freely gave us was an everlasting love, expansive, resounding, and big. And so must it be with us. For the ongoing life-giving work of the United States of America is not finished. The duty to preserve, protect, and defend is not the exclusive fate or franchise of any one generation, however great. It is the freedom of every generation. It is the responsibility of every generation. It is the greatness that calls to each of us. May God bless the souls of all brave men and women, past, present, and future, whose love for others proves them worthy to be called Americans.
I'm Kristal Hart reporting from the National World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. on Veterans Day. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and thanks for watching.